Good evening and welcome to Mindful Mondays, a program of Dallas Meditation Center, where we practice practical mindfulness for everyday living. And so tonight will be our usual practice of a guided meditation mixed with some guiding and some silence. And then we'll have a reading that we'll share after that. And then following that, we will close the YouTube broadcast and we will have our sharing and discussion in a Zoom meeting afterwards for those of you who want to join and do a little bit of face-to-face sharing. And I will post the link to that Zoom meeting in the live chat afterwards or a little bit later on in the program. And I welcome you now too, if you would like to check in and let me know you're here. You can post in the live chat that's next to or underneath the video, wherever it is on your screen. But I'm glad to see some people here tonight. I certainly do miss being able to meet in person, but this is a really nice way to still remain connected as a community, and also to be welcoming to other people who might not normally have a way to get to our physical location while we're temporarily meeting online. And all of our Awakening Heart Community of Mindfulness gatherings are meeting online at the moment. And I think that's equates to about 10 gatherings per week of various of our groups. And so anyway, I welcome you here tonight. And I would like to begin with our opening affirmation. And I know some of you know it, and go ahead and say it along with me if you know it. And if not, well, you can listen and maybe catch the meaning of it. And if you continue coming, you will know it because we say this every week. May we and all beings be happy and free. May we and all beings transform our suffering. May we and all beings rejoice in all joys. May we and all beings be at peace, awakening to the truth of who we are. Infinite light, infinite love, infinite life. And I'd like to say hello to Nico and to Rich and Patty. Welcome. Glad you could be here tonight. And anyone else who wants to say hello in the live chat, that would be great. And let's see, just a few more words about our practice if you are new here, or just a reminder of how we'll do it online. It's slightly modified from when you would be here in person. In person, when we meet at the center, we do walking meditation at this point. But in our online gatherings, we don't do that. But I do welcome you. If you would like to walk mindfully during the meditation portion, you're welcome to. But we will do our sitting meditation, and you're welcome to lie down or sit, whichever you would prefer. And like I said, you can even walk or stand if you like. And I'd suggest, you get into a comfortable position away from distractions. Perhaps if you haven't already, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. And just allow yourself to settle in, not be distracted by the usual happenings of being at home. If that's distracting in any way, just find that place of peace. And so we will begin with our walking meditation. Sorry, not our walking meditation, with our sitting meditation. And I will offer some guidance. There will be some silence in there as well along the way. But for now, let's just find that comfortable position, allowing ourselves to wind down. Perhaps feeling comforted by the nice day outside and the warm weather. From where I'm sitting, the blinds are closed, but I can hear some activity outside, and it's just nice to hear that, nice to hear some other voices. But just grateful for this place of peace, a safe place to live, friends in our lives. Just breathing in and breathing out. Sitting in that comfortable position or lying down, allowing our weight to center above our hips, the spine and the head in a straight line above the hips, back straight yet head held high, shoulders loose, arms hanging down. The hands might be on the lap or on your knees, clasped in front of you. Or if you're lying down, maybe they're on the floor or sofa or bed beside you at your sides. And you might just want to move just a little bit to the left and to the right, maybe a little forward and back, allowing yourself to find that balanced center. You can close your eyes, or maybe they're slightly opened in an unfocused gaze, maybe directed towards the floor, or if you have a candle in front of you, you could focus on that. But whatever is comfortable. Finding our breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Resting in this place. Nowhere else to be except here. No other time other than now. Present here and now. Turning the focus towards our breath. Breathing in, I am aware I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware I am breathing out. Breathing in, aware of the sensation as the air enters through the nose or mouth. Following that breath all the way deep within the lungs. Breathing out, following that breath from all the way deep within the lungs. Following that path and noticing the sensation as the air exits the body through the nose or through the mouth. Continuing to follow this path for each breath in and each breath out. Breathing in, following that breath along its path, and maybe becoming aware at that point where the in-breath momentarily stops and turns around and becomes an out-breath. Following that breath out, and perhaps becoming aware of that moment when the out-breath stops, turns around, and becomes an in-breath. Finding these pauses, these small gaps, An opportunity to be mindful of the here and the now. A point where all almost feels to stand still. An opportunity to release and to let go. An opportunity to celebrate this mindful breath. Breathing in, I am alive. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, alive. Breathing out, smile. Breathing in, alive. Breathing out, smile. Continuing with this practice of breathing in, alive. Breathing out, smile. Breathing in, I feel my chest rise as my lungs fill with fresh air. Breathing out, I feel my chest fall as my lungs release the air. Breathing in, chest rising. Breathing out, chest falling. Breathing in, rising. Breathing out, falling. Rising, falling. Breathing in, I allow my whole face to soften. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, softness. Breathing out, smile. Softness, smile. Softness, smile. Breathing in, I relax my shoulders, dropping any burdens or worries that I might carry. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, relaxing. Breathing out, smile. Relaxing, smile. Relaxing, smile. Breathing in, release any tension or discomfort in my entire torso. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, release. Breathing out, smile. Release, smile. Release, smile. Breathing in, I allow my hips to rest comfortably on my cushion or the chair or the floor. Breathing out, I rest. Breathing in comfort. Breathing out, rest. Comfort, rest. Comfort, rest. Breathing in, I relax every cell in my legs, my knees, ankles, feet, and toes. Breathing out, I smile to my legs, knees, ankles, feet, and toes. Breathing in, relaxing. Breathing out, smiling. Relaxing, smiling. Relaxing, smiling. Breathing in, I am aware of my inner stillness. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, stillness. Breathing out, smile. Stillness, smile. Stillness, smile. Breathing, I send my love and appreciation to my whole body. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, appreciation. Breathing out, smile. Appreciation, smile. Appreciation, smile. Breathing in, I feel still and calm. Breathing out, I feel peaceful. Breathing in stillness, breathing out peace, stillness, peace, stillness, peace. Continuing our meditation for just another minute or so, enjoying our mantra of stillness, peace, just open to enjoying even a split second of stillness and peace. Listening to two sounds of the bell. My body is quiet, my mind free. Just taking a moment to allow the body to wake up. Perhaps wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, move the shoulders, move the neck, rotate the head. Just allowing the body to wake up. But staying in this moment of calm and still, as we did in the meditation. Because that calmness and stillness and our meditation and mindfulness can come along with us in everyday life. And even when things are busy and hectic, we can bring to mind this calm and still, and we can breathe in that moment. Just notice the body. Breathing in, my body is still. Breathing out, my breath calm. Just bring yourself into the moment that way. With practice, we can get a little bit quicker sometimes at bringing ourselves to that place of calm and still, at least relative to the busyness and stress of everyday activity. So with that, I also welcome you if you want to get up and stretch a little bit. That is fine too. Again, whatever is comfortable. And I'm really glad to see a few more people had joined us for a moment. And I see Sakshi and Gaurav are here. And a reminder that following our gathering here on YouTube, we will also then have a sharing and discussion on Zoom. So if we're going to get a little bit of time face to face and sharing our thoughts, I'm going to share that Zoom link in the chat box now. And in a while, after we finish with the reading that I'll do tonight, then we'll join over there. So do save that link and you can just go there to join the Zoom meeting. And it'll open up a couple of minutes after we close here. Tonight, the topic that I selected out of the book, Answers from the Heart by Thich Nhat Hanh, has to do with impermanence. And impermanence is kind of a challenging topic, and probably one that is great for discussion and sharing. But I welcome you, if you're not familiar with this concept, just do a Google search on impermanence Thich Nhat Hanh, and you can read more about it and understand impermanence. And impermanence, simply put, in the way I think of it, is that everything changes moment to moment. I am not exactly who I am in 1 second from now. I'm not the same person that I am right now. Something changes. My perspective changes, or, maybe the temperature changes, or whatever. It's just, that's a simple way of putting it. But really, everything changes. Nothing lasts forever. And sometimes that can be a worrisome thing for some people, or might cause anxiety. But it can also be a sense of relief and a sense of seeing things how they really are, and understanding that we're all interrelated, that nothing truly goes away. Sometimes it's transformed into something else, but you get the picture. Welcome, Cheryl. Good to see you here as well. I too hope to see everyone on Zoom tonight. So I'll read this passage. I will say this book, Answers from the Heart, is a list of questions and answers, and I think they are questions that Thich Nhat Hanh was asked in a retreat setting, and these are some answers that he provided. So the question is, when we contemplate impermanence, do we include in that contemplation the phenomena of time and space? Is time and space impermanent? Answer. When we touch the nature of impermanence, we also touch the nature of interbeing. Impermanence makes life possible. To be impermanent means to not be the same thing in 2 consecutive moments. There is always something coming in and something going out, input and output. Everything is interacting with every other thing, and therefore touching impermanence is also touching interbeing. Interbeing means you don't have any separate existence. You inter-are with everything else. When you contemplate space, we know that space cannot be space by itself alone. Space has to interbe with time and matter, with everything. When we look into the nature of space, we also touch the nature of impermanence and interbeing, and we can see everything else in space. We can see matter in space. We can see time in space. Suppose we talk about spring. What is spring? Spring sounds like time. Spring is followed by summer, then fall and winter, but spring is very much involved with space. Because when it is spring in North America, it is not spring in Australia. So we know that in space there is time, and in time there is space. Even what we call the present moment cannot be by itself alone. The present moment has to be put with past moments and future moments. When you look at the sun in the morning, where I sit in the morning, I always see the sun rising from the horizon. You might think you are seeing the sun of the present moment, but scientists tell us that it is the sun of 8 minutes ago. The image of the sun that you see is an image sent to you by the sun 8 minutes ago. So the present moment has to do with space, not only with time. But you can still live in the present moment, even if you know that this is an image of the sun 8 minutes ago. The present moment has to do with the here and the now, and therefore time and space are not separate entities. And interbeing helps us better understand the nature of non-self and the nature of impermanence. Many teachers and philosophers, such as Heraclitus and Confucius, also spoke about impermanence. But the impermanence spoken of by the Buddha is not a philosophy. It is an instrument for your practice of looking deeply. Use the key of impermanence to unlock the door of reality, the nature of interbeing, of no self, of emptiness. That is why you should not look on impermanence as a notion, a theory, or a philosophy, but as an instrument offered so that we can practice looking deeply and discover the true nature of reality. So that reading for me, is just, well, it's very special to me right now, looking at impermanence from the perspective of, how the world is today, how I am feeling right now. Just knowing everything is not permanent. Even though I feel well right now, I know that there are opportunities to feel even better. But I know there are opportunities to experience more of life when we can be in person together again, and have that energy of our eyes, our body language, have all of that. Right now, we approach each other through a screen like this or through a camera. Again, it's about perspective. I'm looking through a camera, you're looking through the screen. But thinking about time and space, knowing that I am speaking here in front of the camera. You are somewhere else. And so there's space, knowing that there's a bit of delay from the time I say something. With YouTube, there's at least a half second to 2 or 3 seconds delay from wherever you are. So I think it's kind of fun to put this talk by Thich Nhat Hanh into perspective. A few things in this article that I really enjoy is when he was talking about the sun, and the sun sending out its image to us 8 minutes before we see it. And then he says the insight of interbeing helps us better understand the nature of non-self and the nature of impermanence. And he does this after he talks about the sun and the present moment. The present moment has to do with the here and now, and therefore time and space are not separate entities. And looking into one, we see all. And that's when he says the insight of interbeing helps us to better understand the nature of non-self and the nature of impermanence. And to me, that part is so poetic. When I read that, it makes me wish that I were a visual artist, because that gives me a lot of perspective about seeing the sun, and that image we see is happened sometime before. Anyway, it's just very poetic to me, and very seems very artistic in some way to me. And there was another sentence here near the beginning that meant a lot to me. I think it was when he talks, to be impermanent means to not be the same thing in 2 consecutive moments. There is always something coming in and something going out, input and output. everything is interacting with every other thing, and therefore touching impermanence is also touching interbeing. He says this part, everything is interacting with every other thing. And if we think each of those things is impermanent, and so then it's impermanence interacting with more impermanence, so there's no way that things could be the same from moment to moment, because all of these impermanent and changing entities interacting, it just creates that many more variations on what the present moment could possibly be. Anyway, a challenging topic that impermanence is. So I welcome you to think of your own thoughts about impermanence, or maybe this segment in the reading, and you're welcome to join us in the Zoom meeting to chat about that. And you're also welcome, if you want to put something in the chat window as well, you can do that. But anyway, I do hope that you'll join us for a discussion over in the Zoom meeting. Give me a couple of minutes after we close here to get that started up. But as soon as we're done, you can head over there. So do grab that link now. It's just right there in the chat window. But I'd like to close just a few announcements. Let's see, there's for those of you who might be new to meditation, or those of you who want to look a little more, get some more details about, why we practice like we do, or just to refresh, there is an online class, it's Meditation Essentials, that will be offered by Bobby towards the end of, it's like in about 3 weeks. And then also Andy's Yoga and Meditation Mini Retreat happens the third Saturday of each month. And I think, this last Friday this next Friday is the first Friday of May. So Jessica will be doing the meditate and dance, electronic dance music. She's been doing that online, so that will be online as well. So have a look at those. Also on May whatever that date is, I think it's May 5th, whatever the first Tuesday in May is, Giving Tuesday has launched a Giving Tuesday now. Giving Tuesday is normally in right after Thanksgiving, but because of the situation of so many nonprofits like ours, which are so affected financially by not having people come in and out of our doors, or nonprofits that are being stretched because they're providing, they're sometimes the frontline providers, service providers. And so Giving Tuesday now is about that. And so that would be, a great time to support some of those organizations, such as Dallas Meditation Center or those other frontline services with first responders, with help them out for the financial challenges that they have experienced. And so that's on May 5th. You can also donate now if you'd like. The link for Dallas Meditation Center's drive is dallasmeditationcenter.com/DMC now. I will put that in the chat window as well. There it is. But again, thank you for joining. And this service of providing these programs online really makes me happy that we can keep the community together and keep the community growing as well for those who discover our practice through YouTube and Facebook and other social media. So our practice and the center and these programs are fully supported by the community, and that community is all of us and you. And so please do help to support that. And our link is near the top of the chat window, and it's also in the information below the information about the gathering tonight. It's in there, the information about the video there. And so you can donate online, since there's no way to donate in the donation jar. That's dallasmeditationcenter.com/give, or you can also support by phone by texting the word mindful to the number 44321. So let's close with our 4 vows of awakening beings. Many of you know this, so if you do, please say it with me. Countless beings we vow to free, ceaseless afflictions we vow to end, limitless truth doors we vow to open, the deepest paths of awakening we vow to realize. Good evening, everyone, and thank you. And looking forward to seeing several of you on the Zoom meeting here in a couple of minutes. Have a good evening.